अपदमौलिपर्यन्तां गुरुनामाकृतिं पणिष्यन्ति सिद्धन्तिच्छामलोर्थं लक्ष्मीतनूतनितरामितरानपेक्षममृत्वयं निगमशातिशिखाप्रवालम् हैरम्बमम्बुरुहडम्बरचौर्यनिक्रं विघ्नाद्रिभेदशतधारतुरन्तरन् सर्वेषां स्वागतम्. So we had already talked about the theory of how a sound being the initiator for the complete creation, the existence of creation. Now, we need to understand that was a summary or a gist of what the theory is. But why do they come across? There are a lot of elements that they consider for this. Here, the stages are three, both on a microsm level and at a macrosm level. Causes, macrosm and microsm. So at a macrosm level, we call it as a samasti. In that, we have the three stages of manifestation. The completely manifested state is the Virat Rupa. We have talked about how the Virat Rupa is, where whenever Vishwarupa Darshana occurs, where Krishna shows his complete Vishwarupa, we are seeing the complete manifested form. Everybody is Krishna only. Krishna himself is manifesting into all the characters of Mahabharata, etc., etc. So that state is called as Virat Rupa. That is the state where gross bodies, physical manifestations have taken place, have been formed. Before that, what that is represented by Akara. That is, we have to go back. That the total um, potential for manifestation for the gross bodies comes from the subtle body or the Sukshma Sharira. That is where the origination of manifested form takes place. That is called as Hiranyagarbha. So that Hiranyagarbha in our manifested world also, whatever is the Virat Rupa is the Brahmanda. That is the sun, actually all the planets, all those things. Hiranyagarbha is that place from where the sun has originated. We say the sun is the Atmakaraka. The sun is the one who is giving rise to all the other planets. That means he is the originator for that. So planets become the manifested form. The sun is the um, uh, originator of all these things, and therefore sun is the subtle body, that is Sukshma Sharir, for the Brahmanda. So he is the Hiranyagarbha. That is the reason he is also called by that name. That is the origin of this universe, of most of the universe. So most of the, it is also um, in many of the scientific explanations also, many say that if there exists another universe, then there should be a sun for that universe also, and that the planets would also be doing the same thing, that is revolving around the sun. So sun becomes the center of the universe, so he is the power for this Brahmanda. That is one of the biggest reasons why Surya Upasana is a huge part of our culture, and it has been given despite calling on Indra the god of the day, the uh, god, king of the gods, we give more importance to Suryopasana. That is the reason uh, the every morning that Arghya is given to Surya Deva, and he is considered more Shrestha. We have the Adityas, and Vishnu is one among the Adityas. That is also said. So the etymology and the organization needs to be clarified how it is and all that. Maybe some other time whenever we get time. But at this point of time, We know that the manifested, that is the gross body, are the planets, because we are talking about the whole creation, not just ourselves on an individual. This is a macrosm level. On microsm level, we will again see, but on a macrosm level, the manifested forms are the planets, and the initiation or the origin for that manifestation of these planets are nothing but uh, the sun, who is the subtle body, and he is said to be Hiranyagarbha. And that Hiranyagarbha has originated from Ishvara. That is the Karana Sharira. That are the three levels on the macrosm level. And there we start to compare this with microsm level. Then I we talked about the um, three jivas when in the in this shloka we talked about Vishwa Taijasa Pragna. So that Vishwa Jiva, Vishwa Jiva is the gross body, Taijasa is the subtle body, and then Pragna is the causal body. So here when we talked about the Akara representing the uh, Vishwa Jiva, then the originator or the initiator for Vishwa Jiva is the Taijasa Jiva. Then the Taijasa Jiva, that is the Atma at this point of time, then he has to merge with the causal body, and that is Pragna Jiva. So these the representation of all these things are Uma. This are the three different things. But here we are not just representing three states, that is, we are not bifurcating them, we are not categorizing them, we are regressing. So the state of Akara is the complete manifestation. But when we come to Ukara, it is Akara merging into the Ukara. So the imprint of Akara must stay while Ukara is chanted for Om to form, that imprint of the total Om to form. So it is like getting a zoom out. I'm zooming in, like let us say I am on Google Earth. When I'm Googling, I'm looking at a particular place. I'm looking at that particular place, let's say Bangalore. When I zoom out to Karnataka, Bangalore is a part of Karnataka. It is not away from it. So when I'm looking at Earth, which is a manifested form, when I zoom out, I'm looking at the whole of Brahmanda with the sun in main focus, but Earth has not disappeared. I am not separating them. Earth is still a part of that universe. So, like that, if these are not bifurcations, these are not categorizations, these are stages, and that it is a regressive form where we have seen from the completely manifested to we are regressing back towards the origin, a unmanifested form. So that pulling out, that pulling focus, and then focusing, zooming out, that is what we are doing. So this Auma, Akara is the complete manifested, but Makara is the Akara completely merged with the Ukara. That is how we have to consider, even though it is separate itself. And when we end Ukara, when we start Makara, at that Makara, Ukara has now merged with the both Akara and Ukara have now merged with the complete Ghana Chit Ghane Pare. So now we can see the complete merger. So that is the point of this Pranava. So we see that for many of the concept that we are seeing, this whole this three concepts, the three becomes a very important part of our ancient cycles, where there are trigunas, there are tridoshas, etc., etc., etc. So there is a very deep symbolic representation with Pranavavada, and also there is a lot of thought put into it. It has been developed in such a way. They have their reasons for giving these three things. Again, what we need to understand is no theory can be proven in the current methodology of scientific inquiry. But we cannot be foolish enough to think the current form of scientific inquiry is the only uh, way to do it. That is something that needs to be understood. So, keeping that in mind, this is the Pranavavada that has been presented in the Vedas. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः प्रतिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यो शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणाय समर्पयामि।